This video is brought to you by StoneAgeGamer.com, a fantastic site for retro games, systems, accessories, and more. Be sure to check out StoneAgeGamer.com. Skip it up and that up! So if you think that the performance gap between the Xbox One and PS4 is going to disappear, you're wrong, according to Just Add Water CEO Stewart Gilray. Now, I never reported on it because I just... time and life. I saw the articles coming out a few days ago from Lauren Lanning, the Oddworld creator, saying that the performance gap between the Xbox One and PS4 is going to disappear. And according to Stewart Gilray, people misinterpreted what he said, and he says that that's physically impossible. There's no way the Xbox One could catch up in performance with the PS4. This is a statement from Stewart himself. Actually, that is not what he said, referring to Lauren. I spoke to Lauren afterwards, and what he meant when speaking to that guy was that budgets, schedules, and perceivable differences would narrow. Not that the Xbox One performance is improving to align with PS4. That is just physically impossible. The PS4 has more compute units, faster memory, and a whole bunch of things that would make that physically impossible to happen. So yeah, he does have a point. Obviously, it's like saying that if someone has a GTX 570 graphics card in their computer and I have a GTX 770, it's like saying, oh yeah, we can make that GTX 570 totally just as capable as the GTX 770 in your computer. Of course you can. But what I think though, and I'm not a hardware engineer and I'm not a software coder, but I'm also not completely retarded, is that I feel that maybe things like the DirectX 12 API coming up that's going to be compatible with the Xbox One, more streamlined dev kits from Microsoft going to developers to develop games for the Xbox One, those things can help. They can help, and I know like Wolfenstein, the new order that's coming out for both the PS4 and Xbox One, the game runs at 1080p 60 frames per second on the Xbox One. That's, I think, the first third-party title, forgive me if I'm wrong, aside from sports, I should say, the first third-party title from a developer for the Xbox One that does run at full 1080p 60 frames per second. So yeah, in the future we may see games run better on the Xbox One, but he is right though. You can't magically like turn the hardware into something totally different inside the Xbox One. That's the platform. That's what it's capable of. There's nothing you could do to change that. And again, I know I'm going to sound like a broken record and I'm saying the same damn thing over and over again. Please guys, Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, the consumer is begging you, just make a straightforward gaming platform and leave all the extra accessories like the Kinect and the Wii U gamepad. Have them be extra things if the consumer wants to buy them. We just want you to come out with a powerful, clean gaming console, and if we want the extra shit later, we'll buy it. You got to give Sony some credit this generation. Now, I wish they still made their machine a little more powerful. I kind of understand why they didn't. They didn't want to make the PS4 too expensive so people couldn't afford it, but they made a clean, straightforward system. They made it the most powerful 8th generation console, and it only cost $399 because they got rid of all the other bullshit. No Kinect, no Wii U gamepad. Was it worth it, Microsoft, to include the Kinect, which people are very lukewarm on at best? And because you had to include that Kinect, you had to cut back on the graphics processor. You had to cut back on the altogether horsepower of the Xbox One. It's not going to work in your favor, especially in the future. Hell, I'm concerned about the PlayStation 4, which is the most powerful console of this generation. I don't think it's going to last 10 years like Sony wants it to, or hell, even 6 or 7 years. They're already having to scale back games on the PlayStation 4, which is the most powerful next-gen console, and the system just came out. I mean, look at Battlefield 4. It's only 900p on the PS4. Why couldn't it be 1080p on a brand new next-gen system? But that point aside, I've beaten that horse to death. Sony, out of all three of you guys, did the right thing. If people want extra things like the camera and they want a USB Bluetooth butt plug, they could go out and buy it. They focused on the hardware, and that's what you should have done, Nintendo and Microsoft. You shouldn't have added in all this other bullshit that people honestly really don't care about. So anyway, folks, make sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And if you have an interesting news story you would like me to discuss, private message me with a link via YouTube. And if I use your news article, I will give you a shout out in the video and feature your YouTube channel in the description. Have a good one.